Hi, I'm DeDe. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll do some seated exercises which focus on squeezing an object, such as a playground ball or some paper products from your household. Squeezing. This will help us gain greater balance through increased strength, stability, and muscular endurance. Here's what you'll need: a sturdy armless chair, athletic shoes, that squeezable object I was just talking about. I'm going to use paper products. I'm going to use a playground ball. I'm going to switch off. Maybe I'll just stick with one depending on how it goes. So you gather yours right now. Make sure you have plenty of room around your chair. Get some water for hydration. Remember to keep breathing as we're squeezing our object. When we get to that part, don't hold your breath. Remember to always perform the moves at your own pace too. So slow down or take a break if you need to. It's always okay. All right, so here we are, sitting away from the back of the chair. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, legs lined up with the hip joints, and the feet are parallel with one another. Let your arms come down. Now we'll take the arms back. Inhale, and then exhale them forward, just a little bit across. And then the other arm is on top this time. Open the chest, and then squeeze the chest muscles. Stretch them, give them a squeeze. Taking deep breaths now and throughout the workout. Never holding your breath through the whole session. Now bend the elbows. It's more of a swivel. Swivel, open, swivel, closed. Point your fingertips outward and then point them inward. Hold your upper arms away from your body just a little bit of space there. Now let's lift the chest up and then let it drop a little bit. Inhale. Exhale. All right, let's take the hands on the legs now. Roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale, straight spine. Exhale, hinge forward. Again. Now you're supporting your torso with your hands on your legs. Now each time we come forward, we'll slide one hand down past the knee if you can, and then switch. Now see if you can reach down a little bit further without rounding your back, and then we'll add a little rotation, so we're looking to the opposite side from the hand that's coming down. Looking opposite. Four more. One more. Now sitting all the way up, open up your chest, shoulders back and down. Now we'll roll the shoulders up and around and do it again. So keep them going in a circular motion. And then we'll keep the shoulders down and we'll bring the circle to our elbows. So circular motion with the elbows. Start to open your fingers up. Now start to straighten your arms a little bit. That's one reason why we like to have enough room around us, right? So we can move freely. 4 more. Can you make it a little bigger? Make it the right size for your shoulders. You want it to feel pain-free. Maybe there's some effort. Maybe a little fatigue is starting to build, but no pain. Now we'll start with the arms out to the side for this next move. Inhale. Look over your right shoulder and exhale, twist. Back to the center. Look over your left shoulder. So we're going to press the feet firmly down and keep the knees from wobbling. So we don't want them to wobble. We want them to stay firm, stable, so we can pull on them with our hand. Let's come back to the center and we'll press our palms together. Shoulders back and down. Make a circle with your fingertips, like you're drawing a circle on the ceiling. And then reverse. Now come back to straight up, and we'll go side to side. Over to the side, up to the other side. Limbering our wrists. When we get to the squeezing portion of our session, we're going to be squeezing with our hands as well as our other body parts. So we want to make sure our wrists, our hands, and our forearms are prepared. One more like this. Now let's take our feet out to a wider stance. Take your hands on the chair, step out, and we inhale here. Exhale, one hand on your leg, reach, switch sides. Keep both hips anchored to the chair seat. Even though we're bending to the side, we're keeping our spine long. We're not rounding over. Your belly stays long. Your side shortens, but your belly stays long. Keep going with this. If you can get more straight arm going with your top arm, you can do that. Now both hands on the legs. Then we inhale, center. Exhale, down and twist. Back to the center. Exhale, down and twist. Side to side. Four more. Inner thigh stretch. Front of the shoulder stretch. Rotation, all in one move. One more. Now we're up in the center, turning this way, holding on to the chair. Get your lunge going. You're at the front edge, so your knee can drop down easily. And then we rock the pelvis forward. So this entire bony structure here tips this way, and then it tips this way. Two more, then we turn the other way. All right, let's make our way around to the other side. You can keep your feet wide. Set up here. Nice and tall. Pelvis goes this way and that way. fantastic through the front of the leg and the front of the hip, doesn't it? 2 more. And then turning to the center. Take your feet back in. Let's sit up back where we were originally, nice and tall, arms down at your side. Now roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and again. Okay, now we're going to pick up our squeezable object. I'm going to use my playground ball. Make sure that you support with one hand on your leg, doesn't matter which, as you reach and bend. And that way we're protecting our back. Grab your object, whatever it is. And then we'll bring the feet and the knees together, placing the squeezable object here on our lap. Hands flat down on it, and then we'll press down and we'll rise up. So our torso's doing the work. Press down and rise up. So we sort of anchor the arms into the body. The arms are not straightening or bending any further, but we're hinging from the hips, aren't we? To press down, compress. So we have a few things going on here. Some core strengthening, some shoulder and arm strengthening. We have some leg strengthening because we're having to squeeze and hold our legs together. So with all this isometric contraction that's going on around this movement, let's make sure that we're not holding our breath. You might want to exhale here and then inhale up here. Now keep going with this, or try it with your forearms. So sort of stack your forearms together and press down with them. Same principle, we're not changing the arm position. We're hinging from the hips and that tipping forward action against the resistance of the squeezable object that's creating the challenge for our core muscles. All right, now we have a little bit of rotation. If you're here or if you're here, rotate and press, and then turn. Rotate and press, and then turn. So if you're doing the hands, it looks like this. Rotate and press. Rotate the shoulder around and press. So either way, rotate, press. All right, relax. Now hold on to your squeezable object. You can even set it down if you need to. Roll your shoulders, because they had to be very stable for that last few minutes there. So let them relax. Shake out your arms. Next, we're going to do a similar action, but we'll be leaning back. And I just want to show you, when it's behind you, I just want to show you from the side, we're leaning back and we're keeping our spine neutral. See how I'm not rounding? And see how I'm not overly arching. So make sure that's going on for you. So you may have to put it behind you somewhere between your back ribs and your tailbone, somewhere in there. And what I was just about to say is you may have to sit back a little bit in your chair to make good contact. So see where mine is? It's right here. Make sure yours is somewhere similar. Make sure your feet stay on the floor, and if they don't, put a folded towel or blanket under them so you have stability and you have your feet on something. Now we press back, and then we sit up. And again. So my fingertips are at my knees, and then when I'm sitting back, they're a good 5 inches away from my knees. That's how far back I'm tilting. How far back are you tilting? Not that it's a contest, not that it's competitive, but just notice, are you going back at least a couple of inches? Are you able to compress your squeezable object? If it's paper products, probably. If it's a rolled up towel, probably. If it's a playground ball, if it's inflated really full, it might be too firm to compress very far. That's okay though. You can still get all the action that we need out of our core muscles, even if your playground ball is very firm. Now how about one arm across the chest? Can we do that? So that lends a little bit more weight to our torso muscles, meaning the torso muscles have to support this additional weight of our arm. You want to try both arms, or maybe you just switch arms. Maybe you still have your hands on your legs. That's okay too. Inhale and can you feel this in your abdomen? As you lean back, the abdominal muscles have to switch on. In order to push back and compress, your back muscles have to switch on. So again, we're getting kind of 2 for 1 in our torso and core muscles, abdominals and back muscles. Now separate your feet as you sit up this time about shoulder width, and then we twist a little bit as we lean back, and the other way. Remember, if you get tired, that means you need to rest for a moment. Listen to your body. Try to honor what your body needs. How are the shoulders doing? Are they riding up? Keep them down. So now that we're adding this twist, you may feel this in your waist muscles as well as your abdominals and your back. Let's do one more. And then we sit up. Now let your squeezable object just come down behind you and sit on the seat of the chair. Bring your feet back into hip joint distance apart. And then we hinge forward and we rest here for a moment. Take some deep breaths into your back and into your abdomen. All right, and then we'll sit up. Now take your squeezable object from behind you and put it between your knees. Position your feet so they're right under your knees. A light touch on the ball with the insides of your knees, or whatever you're using if it's not a ball. And then we squeeze and relax. Squeeze and relax. So you'll feel some of your pelvic floor muscles start to activate. You'll feel your inner thigh muscles contracting and relaxing. And then as you do that, you may feel some stuff going on in your legs as well. And then we're doing that at the same time we're sitting up tall. So that means the torso muscles are actively holding us in this upright position. So we're strengthening our posture. Now let's squeeze more with the right leg and then squeeze more with the left leg. So when you squeeze with the right, your left leg is holding still and vice versa. So more right leg and then more left leg. That's challenging. Keep breathing. One more. All right, take away your squeezable object. Hold on to it in your hands Walk your feet in, lean forward once again and rest. So the back is still straight and long while we're here. Okay, sitting up. Now we use the muscles in our legs and hips that draw the legs inward. Let's use the opposing muscles, the ones that draw the legs outward. We'll do one side at a time. Take your squeezable object into your hands and place it above the side of your knee at the lower part of the side of your thigh. And then turn your torso a little bit in that direction. Keep your knees centered, keep your knees stationary. And then we push and pull. Push and pull. So you're pushing out with your leg and you're pulling in with your arms. Boy, I can feel a lot of things working. I hope you can too. In my core, shoulders. Now let's do that on the other side. So find the placement and then push and pull. Breathing continuously. It doesn't have to be fast breathing. It can be a little bit shallow if it needs to be. Two more. All right, let's come to the center now. Separate your feet a little bit. Roll your shoulders up and around, back and down, and again. Let go of any tension in your shoulders and your neck. Now take your squeezable object. If it's big, you can set it on your lap. If it's small, like mine, you can hold it up this way in front of your chest. Now we'll press. So press, relax. Press, relax. So when you press, you should feel your chest muscles light up. The front of your shoulders are lighting up. Some of your arm muscles, some of your torso and back muscles. Make sure your shoulders aren't elevating towards your ears. Keep them down. One more. Now we'll press with only the right hand. Here goes. Just the right, and then relax in just the left. Press with the right, press with the left. Four more. Right, left, right. One more. Now hold it with your right hand on top. Press down and up. So if it's on your lap, just slide your left hand under. Press down and up, same time. Down and up. Now reverse it. Other arm on top. Press down and up. My object is round. As I press, there's a little bit of side-to-side motion. Yeah. And my arms have to stabilize to keep the ball from rolling completely off. Now let's alternate. One hand on top, the other hand on top. Now as we alternate, we're going to press with only our top hand. Top hand, top hand. Notice those little micro adjustments on your object as well. If it's soft enough, even if it's not round, you'll notice. And then stop. Now let's safely set down our squeezable object. and then we'll come back to center. How did that work for you? Sitting up tall away from the back of the chair, roll your shoulders back and down. Now slide forward, move your feet forward, take your hands back, grab the back of the chair, and then tip forward from your hips. Hold on tight and lean forward with a little bit more force. Just make sure your hands don't slip off. All right, and then release. Now let's do this goalpost stretch. Palms facing toward me. Draw your arms back. That feels so good on the chest muscles. Can you feel it there? Now release that, walk your feet in closer, stretch one leg out straight, and we'll come down. And we'll do a little twist. So take your hand, your right hand, as far down your right shin as you can, left hand on the thigh, and then a little twist. Flex your right foot. If you can grab your toes, go ahead, but don't round your back to do that. Keep your back straight while we rotate. And then we're up, and we change sides. Bend, straighten, straight spine, tip forward, and then twist. You don't have to turn your head very far, but do try to turn your chest as far as you can to the side. Keep flexing your foot. Now we're going to stand up, so take your time. You can choose to stay seated as well. If you're going to stay seated, move to the right edge of the seat of your chair. Standing up carefully, take your time. And then if you're standing with me, go to the side of your chair this way. Now take your outside foot back, tuck your pelvis forward, or bend your knee, or hold on to your ankle with your outside hand. And you're stabilizing yourself by holding on to the chair. Soften your standing leg as much as you need to, and bring your knees in side by side if you have your foot off the floor. Feel that stretch in the front of your hip and the front of your thigh. Now release. If you're sitting in your chair, scoot over to the other side. If you're standing up with me, walk over. And then your outside foot goes back. You can bend your knee. You can bend your knee and hold your ankle. Then let's tuck everything back into a more narrow shape. And then tuck your pelvis forward a little bit, pull your shoulders back. And then release. Go ahead and have a seat once again if you're not already there. Now we take our hands outside our hips on the seat of the chair. Feet are about shoulder width apart. Inhale, exhale over. Let's stay here. Elbow bent, or the elbow can straighten a bit here. Treat your shoulder well. Do what feels best for you. And then the supporting arm, let it relax so it's not in your way. And then we'll switch. Hand down, arm up, and over. And then maybe it's longer and straighter, maybe it's not. Supporting arm relaxes. Relax your arms, roll your shoulders one more time. So how do you feel now? Remember, a stronger and more stable body helps us perform our daily activities and our athletic endeavors better. We have better balance, better strength, better stability. As always, thanks for joining me, and until next time, be well.